Hello, my beautiful people. Okay, so I was a little anxious going into my son's school today because it was his reevaluation meeting regarding his IEP. And I told some of you guys that my son has an IEP, which is coded as other health impairment, which I didn't share with you guys, but he has a neurological impairment where he's very impulsive with his behavior, very, very impulsive because of neurological issues, but we're not going to get too deep into that. What I am going to talk about is this IEP that I received. And when I was reading the psychologist's report, some of the stuff that he was saying was making me anxious. And in my head, I'm saying to myself, okay, what is this? Another opportunity for them to find another way to put my son through living hell in this school district. I hope this is not it. I don't want to have to call the attorney again and be back at war with this district. And I just prayed, and God worked with my spirit to level me, because I wanted to be able to hear everything that they was going to say without having any assumptions about what the outcome was going to be. And I'm going to tell you what got me a little anxious based on what he wrote here. Just give me a little bit. The psychologist wrote in his report, Jace, that's my son, appeared to be well-groomed and appropriately dressed, blah, blah, blah. The evaluation was drawn out over multiple sessions because it was difficult to maintain a working relationship. He only wanted to work during certain periods, and he seemed to become agitated when items became difficult. It appeared that he did not like the inflexibility of the standardized administration procedures of certain cognitive tasks. And he gives an example about how Jace didn't like the allotted time for the picture test, where it's like a picture span subtest and you have to really remember everything in a picture. And so he says, when asked about the reevaluation process, Jace described it as dumb. Jace's mood, attention, and motivation appeared to vary. Therefore, his current performance likely underestimates his cognitive ability. Yeah, so the first thing I thought was underestimates his cognitive ability. So what are you going to tell me? My child is retarded now? Like, what are you going to say to me today? But then we go on to talk about the standardized assessment report. And I'm going to read some highlights to you. And I was like, go ahead, baby boy. Your mama got this. We got this, boy. You got this. I was so proud of him. But nonetheless, they go through these little tests from the Woodstock-Johnson IQ tests. And we're going to go over some of these things really quickly. Basically, when it comes to his reading, his score, his standard score that he's scoring is a 129, which is considered very superior range. And the grade equivalent is 17.9. So the grade equivalence is like, 12th grade is 12. 13 is your freshman year in undergrad. 14 goes all the way up. 16 is when you're in your senior year of undergrad, getting your bachelor's. 17 and above are master's level. He's at a 17.9 in reading. Let's go over to the next part of this. Writing. He's scoring above average with a range of 119, and his grade equivalent when it comes to writing is 17.9. Again, master's level. Let's talk about mathematics. His standard score is 114, which is considered above average, and his grade equivalent is 15.2. That is a junior year in your bachelor's. Okay, let's go to his general academics. He is scoring a standard score in the superior range of 124, and his grade equivalent is 17.9, master's level. Oral language. He is scoring above average in his oral with a standard score of 104 on one test. Grade average is 10th grade. And another part of the oral expression, how he's able to express himself. Now, this is what gets him in trouble in school, because when he thinks that you're wrong, Jace becomes an attorney. He's a justice seeker. He's gonna point you out where you're wrong. He's gonna let you know where you're wrong. He's gonna show you intellectually when you're wrong. Jace scored 140 8. When you get 130 and above, they stop keeping score because it's considered very superior range, with a grade average of master's level, 17.9. 148. And this is what I was trying to explain to you guys, that he gets suspended from school when they feel like he's being disrespectful. He's not being disrespectful. He just functions higher than many of them. Master's level. Do you hear me when I say this? 17.9 is his grade equivalent. Master's level. Teachers do not like you to question their standardized procedures. There's a lot of discrimination that goes into standardized testing, and my son sees it, and he questions them, and they don't like it. So it's not that my son is disrespectful. There's nothing in this report that says violence, nothing that says aggression. All his teachers love him, okay? They do say that he could become very oppositional, but they loved him. None of his teachers gave anything negative about him. Here, one of the teachers actually says, two teachers described Jace as an intelligent student who does well academically. One of them indicated that he can be disrespectful, but generally is able to be redirected. The other teacher says Jace enjoys talking to peers, but will remain on task when directed. This report describes him as having a strong social network. He's liked and loved by teachers and both students, but yet you suspend my child when you cannot control him. I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. What are the school districts doing for intelligent students, for the gifted and talented, besides labeling them whenever you don't like that they're not fitting your box? You know? So I just wanted to read this guide to you because going into the school to hear your child's test results on psychology tests, on IQ tests, on behavioral tests, those kind of things can be nerve-wracking, especially when you know your child has always had a history in the school district, and whenever they cannot control him, they suspend him. And I'm not talking about keeping him in check because he's violent, because he's far from violent. Whenever they cannot control his mind, they suspend him. That's something for you guys to think about in reference to your own children. Think about their mind. Think about what's happening here. And this is a highly affluent school district that we're in, okay, with a 3% black population. So I want to say that, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. I'm sorry for the long video, but I really wanted you guys to hear this, and I wish you guys well. And people that have children with disabilities, if there's anything I can do for you or to help you through this process, email me, text me, call me, inbox me. I got your back 100%. I am a true advocate. Even if you need an attorney, I got you. Speak to you soon.